Hi, Nick here at MedTech World 2025, day 2. Jordan Pollack from SubQ Bionics is here with me. Good to have you.
Well, thank you. It's so nice to be here. And what an incredible conference. I mean, just the way that I have to give Dylan and Yulia total compliments for the way they set this thing up. It's
So
a
it's
lot
not
of
it's
fun.
not your first time here. Last time you've been here with another successful product, and this time you're leading the way with a breakthrough in oncology for
Yeah,
women, right?
absolutely. Yeah, so definitely took a different direction from the last company. My whole career has always been in cardiovascular medicine, actually. But when I transitioned out of the last company and I thought about what do I want to do next, I actually spent a lot of time looking at some tech transfer offices at various different universities around the world. And we stumbled on this intellectual property that belonged to the Weizman Institute in Israel, which is one of the leading research institutions in the world, with a microporous implant for draining lymphatic fluid. Now, it really was like, wow, this could actually be something very valuable. We did a lot of customer discovery. We spoke to patients, spoke to physicians, we spoke to physiotherapists, and we understood that lymphedema, which is a chronic and progressive disease as a result of cancer treatments. If you don't know what lymphedema is, it's when the lymphatic system, which is actually responsible for draining cellular waste, is damaged. And when that gets damaged, then the fluid can't drain. Most common cause of damage is actually cancer treatments. Up to 40% of breast cancer survivors will end up with lymphedema because the process of actually doing those surgeries they'll remove lymph nodes, like axillary lymph node dissection, and then the fluid can't drain. So you'll see women with very swollen arms, who are otherwise very healthy people, or swollen leg if it's gynecological cancers that also leads to lymphedema. And the current treatments are quite lacking. I mean, it's really only wearing a compression sleeve, and they have to wear it 24/7. There is no respite for these patients. So when we stumbled across this intellectual property, we said, wow, this could actually be worth a lot, and not just from a financial standpoint, but really for the
Changing the
value and
lives
the
of.
impact that it can have on people's lives. So together, I partnered with my now CTO and co-founder David Knapp, who was VP of R&D at Boston Scientific for 10 years. We licensed the intellectual property, and we've expanded upon that because the implant by itself is not enough. We're developing what we call a bionic lymph node or bionic lymphatic system. It's tied to that implant with a fully implantable pump. It's implanted just on the rib cage, and every day it pulls out fluid, drains it from the limb, and puts it into the peritoneum.
Straight out to the body waste system
Right, it's
itself.
natural drainage that the body would do otherwise, and we're returning into the central lymphatic system.
Cool. So obviously you joined them at a stage in the product cycle. It didn't conceive. Where are they at the moment with the technology on the path to approvals?
Right. So the patent that we licensed already had some initial prototypes, some initial animal studies, but we're still have to develop way beyond that. Right. A lot of stuff that comes out of universities is kind of half baked. And a lot of that is because they're done in research labs. They're not really thinking about commercialization and what a final product has to look like. So we took that and we are now developing that pump, and we have early prototypes as well. We've done one compassionate use case actually in a human, and we've done 2 other animal studies as well.
Okay. And the compassionate use case, it's an opportunity, but it's also a life wish for the individual who receives it.
Absolutely. I mean, it gives us an opportunity to try it out in humans because ultimately that's the goal, right? To help humanity, not a sheep. But also it gives this person some relief, even if it's temporary.
It's great, and working through, I guess. How do you see the pathway to the future, the next number of years, the roadmap in place? Where do you think it'll be in 3-4 years from now?
Well, we're really going to be defining lymphedema treatment. We're going to change the landscape. And that happens first we're going to do a first in human study near the end of next year, early 2027, based on part of the reason I'm here is a fundraiser for a seed round of $3 million. We did just close a pre-seed round, about 1 million, plus a matching grant from the Israel Innovation Authority. And so that has basically allowed us to finish our prototype development. We'll do the next round. We'll do a first in human study of 10 to 15 patients. And then, of course, it's going to be a long journey. It's a Class III PMA product in the US and in Europe, so it requires significant clinical validation.
Proof that it works before it's allowed to market and
Yeah.
before Medicaid, etc. It works with it. Jordan, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being with us. Share the story. And I'm glad we got to do this again.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Again. Nicholas signing off from MedTech World.